Good evening, everybody out there on YouTube. Once again, it's three middle-aged dudes just bullshitting about nothing. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Gray Mouse 1.
We're continuing on. We're wrapping up kind of the news for the week. Last bit of news out of this week was kind of confusing, kind of sad, but to some maybe not so surprising. Turns out that Disney has pulled the Inhumans off of the 2019 movie slate for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Exactly for what reasons right now they're let's see here. They really have not explained why that they've decided to go ahead and pull the Inhumans out. It's probably at the point that right now they have to rejuggle things, but we wanted to go out of our way to talk about it. In which case, the floor is open, gentlemen. Give us your quick thoughts. Let's see what's going on here.
With me, I'm kind of indifferent. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is huge. It's getting huge. And there's a lot going on during that time, especially with the Infinity War going on. I can understand why they're doing it. Maybe they don't want to overwhelm. But it just kind of – because, again, we've said this numerous times that superheroes are going to need everybody to fight to get that damn glove off or that gauntlet off of Thanos. So I don't know why they're not including the Inhumans. It'd be good to have them in there, but I don't know. I could see it as a good. Maybe they felt that there's too much going on in that general area, and that the Inhumans will be. They didn't cancel them; they just took them off, and they didn't really say whether or not they're gonna, push them into like 2021, 2022, or whenever. We don't know right at this particular point. So that's what I said. I'm kind of indifferent. So, I mean, what are your thoughts, Theme?
See, the main thing about it is them pushing it means that they're not going to be a part of the Infinity War. They're not going to be incorporated in that story.
Yeah.
If they're going to show up afterwards, everyone's going to be like, okay, what's the point? Unless you're just going to bring in some new enemies for them to fight. That's the only problem that I have with it. If you're going to push it to tweak it up or anything like that or to try to make it better, okay, that's fine. But it was supposed to be a part of Marvel Phase 3 and as far as them jumping in as being in part of the Infinity War. That is my only issue with it. Because as you just said, Gray Mouse, you're going to need each and every person that they can muster up in order to get that goddamn Infinity Gauntlet off of Thanos. I just don't see... I mean, and if there's not even a clear-cut reason as to why. They didn't cancel it, like you said, but they just pushed it. And it's like, okay, pushing it is going to affect story-wise between these movies. So, I mean, yeah, maybe when it comes out, it'll actually still be good. I just don't understand why they're not going to be included with everything else.
Well, I mean, we can look at it the other way, too. Maybe they're pulling it forward. Maybe it's going to be in 2018. We don't know. They haven't said anything.
Well, it was supposed to be. I thought it was supposed to be in between the Infinity Wars Part 1 and 2.
Actually, yeah. according to the schedule that I have here that I'm looking up, it looks like the upcoming movies that are left leading up into Infinity War. We have. Let's see here. We have Doctor Strange, which is coming up at the end of this year. And then starting in May of 2017, there's Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Guardians 2.
And then there's Thor Ragnarok, which is in November.
Actually, Spider-Man Homecoming is now in between that.
Yeah.
And Iron Man's going to be in that one.
Yeah. And then you also have, let me see here, starting in 2018 is the first part of Infinity War.
Yep.
And there's Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther. Then I think this is Infinity War Part 1. Ant-Man and Wasp now coming out.
Yeah, Captain Marvel is, let's see here, I think slated for around March of 2019. And then you have Infinity War Part 2 in May 3rd, 2019. I guess they had Inhumans slated for July of 2019. Now, the funny thing is that if you think about the scope of the films and everything that they're putting together, that's really fucking ambitious and really goddamn busy. Especially the luxury that they have with the Inhumans right now is that they're actually the Inhumans, as far as them being on Earth and them being recognized and set up, they're doing a lot of the groundwork for that right now on Marvel's Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Brilliant.
They've been showing off. Okay, this is what we are dealing with. Part of the reasons why they even decided to go ahead and pull the Inhumans to bring them onto both the small screen and also the large screen is that currently Marvel doesn't have the license for any mutants. All right, they can't make use of anything called a mutant. All right, because Fox owns that with the X-Men license. Which one of the reasons why they turned Deadpool into a mutant. Okay. Instead of just being that he was some sort of altered metahuman or something like that, or one of the advanced, as they call it, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now. The funny thing about the timing is that it looks like Inhumans was at the very, very tail end, but if we keep in mind that we also have the Ant-Man 2 movie and also the Spider-Man movies that they're looking at doing the
production, right?
What's up?
Supposed to be making 3 new Spider-Man movies, I think.
Well, yeah, but they, as far as it goes, they've got the Spider-Man movies, the extra Ant-Man movie, and everything else. They're pretty packed as far as the schedule goes because when it comes to Spider-Man, Sony is going to be doing the distribution and the marketing of it. All right, the studios actually making the movie is going to be Marvel, the Marvel movie studios. They're the ones who are actually going to be making the movie. So, it seems to me Disney probably got to the point where they're like, whoa, we're like stacking this stuff. We're stacking this stuff up like jets on a runway. We got way too much here, and the problem with that situation is that if one thing kind of falls out of place, it causes everything else to be difficult to deal with. All right, and we're not even talking about the money it actually takes to go ahead and produce that sort of movie. Because if they come out with an Inhumans movie, if you think about it, if they're covering the royal family, that's 6 new fucking characters right there that they have to go out of their way to introduce. And not only that, but then they've got to go ahead and find a way to intelligently integrate all of the Inhumans that they have actively introduced that are still alive on Marvel's Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. So it kind of makes sense. And the truth about it is that it's not like they're going to be lacking in the amount of titles that are already on the slate that people can go ahead and watch. So I don't think it's. I mean, it's an interesting IP, and I'd love to see how they'd be able to go ahead and translate that on screen. But it's one of those things where it's like if any one of the I'd have to say if any one of the other movies go ahead and drop off, and it's not one of the main Avengers titles, at this point I don't think a lot of people would complain or be angry about it. Because they're like, okay, we just have to wait a little bit longer. Fine. There's something else we're going to be watching in like 2.5 months anyways.
See, the thing about it is Captain Marvel and I think Ant-Man, this second Ant-Man movie, took the place of that as far as the date.
Yeah.
Because Captain Marvel has been moved. The Inhumans was supposed to come out right before the Infinity War Part 2.
Yeah.
So it was. I think that was supposed to be in like November 2018. So it's like.
Yeah. Then they delayed it, and now they've removed it from the slate.
So maybe they can do things as far as we're not missing it. I mean, they did throw Spider-Man in there.
One thing is though,
and they did throw a second Ant-Man movie. Mm-hmm. Which is going to include the Wasp.
Mm-hmm. Well, so, I mean, there are those that were looking forward to the Inhumans movie, There are a lot of people that were looking forward to it. So I think you hit the nail on the head, Reverend, when you were talking about. I mean, it may not be completely gone. They may integrate it on the small screen as a television series.
Oh, they're already doing that. That's what I'm saying.
They're already doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D.
Maybe they figured that why make a film when they could just bring it on to the Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D.
But that's the thing about it. The Agent of S.h.i.e.L.D. series is already following continuity with the movies.
Oh yeah.
Which is a great thing. And this was supposed to be a build-up for them to actually go to the big screen.
Yeah.
But apparently, they're not going to be doing that. And it's like, why? This would have been perfect. Look, that would have been a right way to do it.
Well, not only
especially if Agent Coulson would have returned to the big screen.
Yeah, not only that, but we also have to keep in mind that there's nothing stopping them from introducing the characters in any of the other movies. They don't have to sit there and introduce the whole royal family that rules the Inhumans and everything else. You can go ahead and maybe drop Medusa or drop Karnak or one of the or Black Bolt. Make a reference to Black Bolt someplace along the line in any of the other movies, and they're going to fit right in. The other thing we have to realize too is that if rumors are true with the way that they're saying Thor Ragnarok is gonna carry out, Marvel might actually be willing to bring out another Hulk single movie. As far as that goes.
The only way I'd see that is if I can't think of the actor's name right now. What's his name?
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, would be playing him. That would be the only way, because I mean, like I said in the previous videos about the Avengers, I mean, he plays the Hulk and Bruce Banner. I don't think anybody in this day and age could play that character the way better than he can. So
CG plays the Hulk. Bruce Banner is a different story.
Yeah, and granted, the thing is that with or without him there. The problem with the Hulk as far as making a solo movie for him is that if it hasn't been obvious by now, it's kind of hard to make a solo movie about the Hulk and have it be compelling, especially now that they've have this whole gamut of fucking superheroes out that are just as interesting, if not more so. All right.
There's no way that they can actually have an actual villain for him in a single movie standard. Not anymore. No. There has to be a big fucking threat, and if there's a big fucking threat, it's like, okay, where are the rest of the Avengers? Why aren't they showing up? No. So if you're gonna do that, another Hulk movie, it's just.
I don't think it's ever gonna happen, man.
No, I think that it would be foolish not to. They just have to be very careful about how they execute that sort of project.
But the only way it's going to happen is if you got to throw certain other characters up in it and just make it a Hulk movie. I mean, look at Captain America. You're throwing all these other characters into Civil War because of the story.
With Captain America, there's plenty of characters that can go, villains that could go, Red Skull and all that. And then, so they got a lot of villains that they could throw at Captain America. But Hulk is different, man. I mean, like you said, I have to agree with what you said, Theme. I mean, where's the rest of the Avengers? I mean, who could handle the Hulk by himself? And then when it's a bigger threat than the Hulk, you're like, wait a minute, where's the rest of the Avengers?
Well,
so it just wouldn't make any sense.
Well, that's the reason why it looks like the only story as far as the comic books go that's left to tell when it comes to the Hulk, and that's going to have to come probably much after majority of the planned not incidences but planned stories to go ahead and play out first. The only story that they really have left for the Hulk that fans really want translated to the big screen is Planet Hulk and then World War Hulk. All right.
Yeah.
And the truth is that, like I said, that's got to happen after everything else happens, because if it happens before or during, it just doesn't fucking work out. It does not work out. So, all right. Any other thoughts on the state of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as we know it, gentlemen.
As long as they bring, if they bring another Hulk movie, don't have it be by Ang Lee.
The funny thing about the Ang Lee Hulk is that and I'm not even going to make any sort of like really bad English pun jokes or anything like that. The funny thing about the Ang Lee movie is that as much as people detract it, at least he tried to go ahead and tell a solid story about the Hulk as a character. All right.
Right.
Granted, yeah, it threw people off when he went ahead and he did the whole radioactive Hulk poodles and shit like that. But I still
look, the first, that Hulk movie and then the Incredible Hulk movie are kind of neck and neck. Some people say the second one's better than the first one. I was like, no, there are way too many disconnections with the second one, and I tore it to bits. Look, if any of you watching this video actually think the second one was better than the first one, please understand that there were way too many. That movie should have been over in 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes. If they were really going to, no. I will have to destroy it piece by piece in another video someday.
Yeah, that's another 40-minute video. All right. So,
but with the state of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and on how chaotic, I hate to use that word, towards the end, especially with the Infinity Wars and the build up to the Infinity Wars with, the agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. going, along the same path. We're all aiming towards Thanos right now. And it's just not enough room in Humans. And it is a shame that part of that has to be taken out. But again, like we said earlier in this video, that still doesn't mean that you can't integrate the Inhumans into the other Marvel movies that are still going to be released.
It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt Marvel Cinematic Universe in any way, shape, or form. No. They still have all these movies coming out that everyone's like, yeah. So
we're about to go watch one in about 2 weeks. So
Yep. I mean, that's the thing. I thought that DC's schedule was really ambitious and busy, but it's not. It's just that their shit's just kind of rushed. But that would be beating a dead horse, and we've already covered that in like 3 or 4 videos. So
that horse is in the ground, dude.
Yeah. All right. Okay. With that, unfortunately, Inhumans off the slate for 2019. Does that mean that we're going to be at a loss for entertainment from the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Hey, if you pay attention, if you pay attention to the Netflix shows and even just the stuff that they have announced already, and that's not counting the fact that they don't have a date for Ant-Man 2 and the 3 Spider-Man movies yet. There's a lot of stuff available, a lot of superheroes, a lot of heights to look forward to.
Actually, Ant-Man 2 is scheduled for July 2018.
Yep. Correction right there by the theme. All right. There's going to be a lot for us to go ahead and follow up on and to watch and to review and talk about and ruminate. We're the 3 middle-aged dudes just BSing about nothing. This is what we do every week. Thank you again for spending the last 20 minutes with us, folks. We really appreciate it. If you're so kind, hit the like button, hit subscribe. Check out the Themes channel. Check out Gray Mouse's channel. Heck, check out my channel if you haven't had a chance to. All right? I'm the Reverend.
The Theme here.
And this is Gray Mouse 1.
Disappointed that it's not Inhumans movie, but Marvel will be just fine because of the shit that they were already bringing out. Credits.